Ooh, what if I told you that your houseplants might know that you're coming home before you even step through the door? That they actually might sense your absence when you're away or even pick up on your emotions? Sounds wild, right? But what if it's not? So today in Mandy's Not So Small Talk, welcome back. I'm your host, Mandy, and we're diving deep into the fascinating world of plant telepathy. Yes, telepathy, and exploring what it can teach us about human connection, mental health, and even healing from trauma. But first, let me share a little story. I love plants. But let me be honest, I haven't always been the best plant parent. There have been times when I've completely overwatered them, times when I've completely neglected them, and plenty of times when I've had just no freaking clue how to care for them. But you know what? I love these freaking little beings. And sometimes when life gets heavy or my mental health takes a dip, I notice that my plants, they start to look a little sad. And that's usually my wake-up call. Oh, right, I've been neglecting them. So then I start to get into an overdrive. Like I start to make up for it. And then I start giving them way too much water, way too much attention, only to realize that's also not what they need. What they need and what I'm learning is consistent care. It's not about flooding them with love one day and forgetting about them the next. It's about patience, attention, and meeting their actual needs. Not just doing something quickly so that I can move on. There have been times when I've killed plants and felt so sad. Like, why do I even have plants? I don't deserve them. And other times I've had plants that were just like so far gone that I thought, should I just give up on them? But then I'd bring them back from the brink. And that's taught me something about resilience, and not just theirs, but mine. So when I reflect on this, I realize how much it mirrors my relationships with people, especially the way that I've had to unlearn some of the habits that trauma has taught me, like withdrawing or trying to fix everything. Okay, now let's talk about the science or the mystery behind plant telepathy. In the 1960s, Cleve Baxter, a polygraph expert, hooked a plant up to a lie detector just for fun. And to his surprise, the plant actually reacted when he thought about harming it. Not when he actually did anything, but when he thought about it. And other studies have shown that plants reacting to their caregiver's presence, energy, and even intentions, they release chemicals when under threat, like if a leaf gets eaten, and those chemicals actually warn nearby plants to prepare for danger. Some scientists believe that plants might also pick up on electromagnetic fields. Yes, humans have those too. And that might explain why your plants perk up when you come home, as if they're attuned to your energy. So your monstera might know you're coming before you actually even open the door. How cool is that? Plants are like mirrors for the energy and the care that we give them. So when you're consistent in watering them and giving them sunlight, clearing out dead leaves, they thrive. But when you're neglectful, they struggle. And humans, well, we're not so different. Think about your relationships. When someone you love walks into the room, you feel it, right? And your nervous system, it perks up, much like a plant turning towards the sun. But here's where it gets deep. Let's talk about those dead leaves, both in plants and relationships. When an issue trigger comes up in a relationship, it can feel scary to have the difficult conversations needed to clear the air, so we avoid it. But those unspoken issues, those dead leaves, they start to pile up in the soil of the relationship. And then at first, it might seem like just fertilizer. It's part of the process, right? But if we let the dead stuff accumulate without addressing it, that fertilizer can become toxic. It can attract parasites, or in a relationship's case, resentment, miscommunication, and disconnection. And if your relationship is the plant, those resolved issues make it struggle. And it's hard to get back the joy and the fun and the lightheartedness when the soil is full of toxicity. Just like the plants need fresh, healthy soil to grow, relationships need us to clear out the dead stuff. Whether it's old wounds, misunderstandings, or fears we're just too scared to face, that clearing creates space for growth and genuine connection. Okay, attachment theory explains how our early experiences shape the way that we connect. If we grew up with consistent, loving care, we feel secure. But if that care was neglectful or unpredictable, we develop insecurities. Trauma makes us even more complicated because it hijacks our brain and our nervous system, pulling you in a state of where you're disconnected from all of your feelings. You do the task, you water the plant, you show up for a loved one, but you're not really present. And plants, like people, feel the difference. This is something that I've learned the hard way. For a long time, I wasn't clearing out the dead leaves in my psyche. I thought they were fertilizer. But clearing them out and letting them go of what no longer serves me is what actually nurtures the growth. So here's the thing. Plants, like people, don't just respond to what you do. They respond to the energy that you bring. So when you water a plant, just to check it off your list, it feels like that. It feels that. When you do it with love, because you actually genuinely care about its growth, it feels that too. This is why being present matters so much, whether it's with your plants, your pets, your children, your loved ones. Your presence communicates something telepathically. It says, I see you. I care about you. And that changes everything. So, take a look at your plants. Are they thriving? Struggling? What does that reflect about the energy that you've been bringing into your home? And how can you show up differently, not just for them, but for yourself and the people around you that you love? in the end, whether it's a house plant, a relationship, growth takes care and has presence and the courage to clear out the dead leaves. Because when the soil is healthy, everything thrives. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this? Do you have any experiences yourself? Now, I am definitely a work in progress as a plant parent. I'm still trying to get on, work on that green thumb. And I kind of fluctuate back and forth, but I understand that I am a work in progress and I'm becoming more aware, and I am continuously trying. And I think that's what's important. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button so that you can be notified for my next video, and put a comment below and let's, have a conversation. What did you think about this video? Did this make you think about something, reflect on something? Do you have a story that you can share? Just comment below. I love reading them. And until next time, see me in the next video.